Why is the knowledge of Ladun so dangerous? To transcend beyond knowledge and reach secrets, what price does it demand? And how did Ibn Arabi attain this knowledge? To what depths did he descend? What did he uncover? What did he witness of the essence of humanity and the universe? This knowledge is not a simple one. It is a mystery that requires the unveiling of all veils of the heart. Not every heart can bear this weight. The knowledge of Ladun comes not through effort, but through the grace of Allah. It demands the testing of the soul, the release of the self from all earthly ties. Who, then, is this knowledge truly for? Only those who seek truth, or those unafraid of it? A journey filled with secrets is about to begin. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and compassionate. Praise be to Allah, who grants intellect and creates it without comparison, bringing revelation near and accessible to us. Gratitude belongs to Him. All strength and power to change lies with Him. There is no deity but He, the Lord of the great throne. May Allah's blessings and peace be upon the Prophet, established as a sign of guidance, the one whom He leads to salvation through His light, upon His pure family, and upon all the righteous until the day of judgment. O noble Wali and sincere Sufi, I have answered your question about the path to reaching the mighty Lord, attaining His presence, and then returning among creation while remaining connected to Him. Undoubtedly, there is nothing in existence apart from Allah. Everything is through Him, from Him, and for Him. Were He to be hidden from creation for even the blink of an eye, all would cease to exist instantly. The endurance of creation is due to His protection and care. Know, however, that the manifestation of His light is intense. Human perception cannot fully grasp it, which is why this intense manifestation is called a veil. May Allah grant you success. The first matter I will explain is the manner of journeying toward Him. Then, I will describe the nature of attaining His presence, standing before Him, witnessing Him, and the commands He may give. Following this, I will explain the state of returning to creation with His presence still within you, along with the longing to be annihilated within Him. Indeed, this path is about remaining in what is attained. It is not a return. Know, dear noble brother, that paths are many. Yet, there is only one path to the truth, and those who pursue it do so individually. Though it is the path of truth, each seeker's journey varies based on their sincerity or deviation, their unity with or detachment from the divine essence. For some, all these states are present, while for others, only certain aspects prevail. Sometimes, the spirit's goal is exceedingly noble, yet the temperament is not aligned with it. The same holds for other circumstances. In this light, it becomes necessary to explain the stations. How many are there? What do they require, and what do they seek? By station, we refer to the domain in which times and realms manifest. Above all, you must understand what Allah desires from you within each station. Without hesitation or weariness, you must immediately act upon what He asks of you. The stations are many, but they can be summarized into 6 stages. The first is the realm of Alast, the primordial question of, "Am I not your Lord?" This is the station we have all left to arrive here. The second is the world in which we currently reside. The third is the intermediary stage of Barzakh, the interval between the small death of individual passing and the great death of humanity as a whole, leading to the gathering for the final reckoning. This is the interval between death and resurrection. The fourth station is the earthly realm of resurrection, where all will gather and return to their original state. The fifth station encompasses heaven and hell. The sixth station is the sandy hill outside of paradise. Within each of these stations, there are layers upon layers of substations, places within places, so vast and numerous that they exceed human ability to count. For now, we focus solely on this worldly realm, as it is the place of responsibility, trials, and deeds. Know that since the day Almighty Allah created humans, they have been bound to a journey. One that began with bringing them from non-existence into being and continues until today, where its final destination lies in either heaven or hell. Both heaven and hell are defined by the deeds and the worthiness of those who are to enter. Every wise person must understand that this journey is filled with hardship and challenge. Life itself is replete with trials, tests, dangers, and profound fears. Therefore, on this path, it is impossible to experience blessings, safety of life and property, or comfort. For, just as the taste of waters changes, so too do the winds blow from every direction. Each resting place's inhabitants differ in nature and character from those of other stations. Thus, the traveler must be equipped with whatever is required for each realm they pass through. Some may stay in a station for just a night or an hour. In such circumstances, how can one expect a soul in this position to know ease and comfort? We did not speak these words for those who strive solely to accumulate blessings, aiming for material gain. For those who rush to savor the experience of witnessing without reaching the station, who seek self-annihilation before truly arriving, or who attempt to lose themselves in the divine along the path of truth, these words are to convey the essence of their pursuit. Those who came before us viewed this with disdain, seeing it as a waste and a lowering of one's rank, treating it as unworthy. For the world belongs to his presence. To seek the world, to make it and its gains the focus of remembrance, or to glorify and exalt the world, is a form of disrespect to him. It means missing out on a higher purpose. For the time to attain annihilation in God is the time when one leaves behind the highest of worldly ranks. Meanwhile, manifestations occur proportionally to knowledge and form. For instance, the knowledge and form acquired through effort and preparation in the first phase appear again in the second phase. In the second phase, you witness the form of knowledge initially designated for you. What is added is your understanding of this knowledge reflected in the mirror, as the form itself is one. In this way, you attain what was postponed to the hereafter, the place without action. During the time of witnessing, if you are engaged in outer actions and perceive Allah's knowledge inwardly, it is more fitting for you. For your spiritual self desires its share, while your self-desiring nature increases in beauty and perfection. Indeed, the subtler aspects of the human being are formed in the image of this knowledge. Bodies are raised based on the forms of good or bad actions. This continues until the last soul. Thus, when you rise from the realm of responsibility and leave the domain of progress, you understand the impact of your actions. Understanding this, may Allah grant us and you success. If you wish to enter His presence, abandon intermediaries, and find intimacy with Him alone, yet harbor feelings related to others' lordship, such an act will not be genuine for you. For you belong to the one who holds authority over you, and there is no doubt in this. Therefore, separating from people, distancing yourself from gatherings, and choosing solitude becomes inevitable. The more you distance yourself from people, the closer you draw to the truth, both outwardly and inwardly. The first thing required is to attain knowledge that enables you to perform ablution, prayer, and fasting sincerely, fostering piety. This is the first gate of the path. Once you acquire this knowledge, you must act accordingly. Devotion follows, then detachment, and then trust. One of the states of trust includes possessing for spiritual graces, which mark the initial stage of trust, and entering the realm of subsistence. This gate holds an inherent truth. After this, you experience stations, states, miracles, and descents in succession until death, recognizing the strength of your rank and power against illusions for Allah's sake. If you are under the influence of illusions, it is impossible to enter solitude without the guidance of a wise, knowledgeable, and distinguished guide. If you are able to govern your own illusions, then enter solitude without hesitation. Moreover, before seclusion, you must engage in discipline. Discipline purifies morals, involves renouncing frivolity, and enduring hardships. For if a person engages with the people without having undergone spiritual discipline, he will yield only rare individuals of true worth. When you distance yourself from people, let it be with the understanding that you are not drawing their attention to yourself or encouraging their interest in you. For one who withdraws from society does not keep an open door for people to come to him. True solitude means forsaking association and companionship with others. Now, by forsaking people, I do not mean abandoning their forms alone. Rather, the intent is that your heart and ears no longer serve as vessels filled with their empty words. Otherwise, the heart cannot be purified from the noise of the world. If, on the other hand, a person leaves his door open to attract others, his purpose is to gain status and leadership. Such a person has been cast away from the door of Allah. Destruction is nearer to such a person than the laces of his shoes. For the sake of Allah, do not allow your ego to tempt you in this state. Many have perished at this level. So, close your door to people, and within your home, establish a door even between yourself and your family. Busy yourself with the remembrance of Allah in whatever form of dhikr you choose. Without a doubt, the greatest of all remembrances is the name Allah itself. Repeating Allah, Allah. Do not add any other expression to it. Guard yourself from corrupt thoughts and destructive imaginations that could divert you from remembrance. Pay attention to what you eat. It should be nourishing, but avoid animal fats. Rather than overindulging, eat enough to satisfy without excess. For if you overeat, it leads to prolonged fantasies and delusions. Yet, if what you receive confirms truth, isn't that the desired outcome? After the expiration of what has come, distinguish between the angelic and spiritual, and the spiritual fireborn or satanic within yourself. For if what you experience is angelic, it leaves a refreshing sweetness. There is no pain, nor do you feel any alteration within yourself. Moreover, a knowledge remains. But if it is satanic, you will feel as though your limbs have been bruised, experiencing pain, sorrow, and deep amazement, leaving behind a distorted state. Avoid this. Continue in the remembrance of Allah until your heart is purified from all things. And do not ask, "What is this?" When you enter seclusion, let it be as Allah wills, who has no equal. If, during your seclusion, a vision appears claiming, "I am Allah," respond with, "Glory be to Allah, exalted beyond all comparison. You are with Allah." Hold the vision in your mind, but avoid it and continue in remembrance. This is the first covenant. In the second covenant, during seclusion, seek nothing other than Him. Do not divert your attention away from Him. Even if all that exists is offered to you, accept it with reverence, but do not linger or insist on it. You will surely receive what is destined for you. Yet, if you linger on what is presented, you will miss your true objective. However, once you reach the ultimate goal, you will have lost nothing. Knowing this, understand that Allah tests you with the things He offers. He unveils these matters to you in a particular order, opening realms of peculiar sensations. Walls and darkness will no longer prevent you from seeing into people's homes. However, if Allah permits you such insight, never reveal anyone's secret before others. If you expose it by saying, "This person commits adultery, this one drinks, and that one backbites," blame your own soul. This shows that Satan has infiltrated and influenced you. Invoke Allah's name as Satir, the concealer of faults. If the person whose faults you perceive comes to you, disclose your knowledge in confidence and advise him to respect Allah and refrain from transgressing His bounds. Set aside this revelation and return to your remembrance. Now, I will explain the difference between sensory and imaginative visions. If, upon seeing someone's form or observing their actions, you close your eyes and the vision continues, know that it originates from your imagination. If it fades, then it pertains to your perception in that specific place. After turning away and immersing in remembrance, you transition from sensory vision to imaginative vision. At this point, intellectual meanings begin to descend, and undoubtedly this is a challenging descent. To truly understand what is intended here is a gift only Allah grants to prophets or the righteous whom He chooses. Do not dwell on it yourself. If various drinks are presented before you, drink water if possible. If not, drink milk, or even better, consume both together. Honey is also permissible. Refrain from wine unless it is mixed with rainwater. If it is mixed with river or spring water, do not drink it. Continue with remembrance, allowing the entire realm of imagination to recede from you until the world of abstract meanings becomes manifest.